Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here with your next flipped lesson, and today we are going to be reviewing about adding and subtracting algebraic expressions, which really just means we're going to combine like terms. Now, before we do this, let's stop. Oop, that's some notes from the other day. Let me go like this. There we go. Um, Let me ask you this. What is x plus y? Well, if you've been paying attention in class, I mentioned a few days ago that these are not like terms and you cannot put them together. So x plus y equals x plus y. That's all you can do to it. You can't put them together. What if I had 3x plus 4y? They're not like terms. This means I have 3x's being added together. This means I have 4y's. So when I put it together, all I have are 3x's and 4y's. There's nothing I can do with it. They're not like terms. Just remember, if you go to the store and you get 2 bananas, I don't think I spelled that right. Bananas. Banana. There you go, bananas. That I don't know if that looks any better, but anyway, forgive me if it's misspelled. Okay, and 3 apples. You do not come home with 5 bananas. No, you don't. 2 bananas plus 3 apples means 2 bananas and 3 apples. You can't put them together to make a banapple. Now, I mean, somebody might go, well, you got 5 pieces of fruit, but see, you changed your variables. You can't change the variables. We've got bananas and apples, okay? So let's get back to our problem here. Where is it? Doo-doo-doo. Is that it? No, that's not it. No. There we go. All right. So let's go here. I don't see any distribution that needs to take place in this problem. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my like terms. Okay, so I've got 5x squared and negative 2x squared. I also have positive 4x and a negative 8x. And then I have a negative 3 and a positive 7. Now it's just a matter of adding. Okay, so if I've got 5x squared and minus 2x squared, I must have 3x squareds because 5 minus 2 is 3. Now in blue, I have 4x's and I have minus 8x. Please don't get this wrong. Look, you know that 8 minus 4 is 4. So 4 minus 8 must be negative 4. It's too easy to get that wrong. All right. Now I've got a negative 3, which means I have 3 negatives, and a positive 7, which means I have 7 positives. And if you can see the positives and negatives, these will cancel out, leaving me with 4 positives. Boom. That's how hard this is. Okay. Now, the second problem here, you see this negative? This negative in front of the quantity. Hold on 1 second. This negative belongs to the quantity it's in front of, just like a negative sign, like here on this 8, belongs to the 8x. This negative sign belongs to the 3. The positive here belongs to the 4. This negative belongs to the quantity. Does it belong to the 6? No, it belongs to both the 6 and the 4. So what we do is we distribute it. We multiply by negative 1 to the 6 and by negative 1 to the negative 4. That's the first thing we do. So I've got 8x minus 7, and that'll be plus, or I could just do it this way. I don't even need a plus. I could say minus 6 plus 4x, because negative 1 times 6 is negative 6, and then negative 1 times negative 4 is 4x. Now these parentheses over here become unnecessary on this quantity. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them. They really don't belong in there. Okay, so I put that 7 back in. Now if I want, I can go ahead and do my highlighting. And it seems I have 8x's here and I have 4 more x's. Here I have -7 and -6. Again, don't get this wrong. This is too simple. Don't make it difficult. How many x's do I have? Well, I have 12 x's. How many just integers do I have? Well, I have 7 negatives and 6 more negatives. I have 13 negatives. There you go. All right. Problem example 3. Oh, I see a negative. Danger, Will Robinson. I must distribute the negative. This negative. Oops, I colored over the negative. I thought I was highlighting. Forgive me, negative. All right, there he is. He's back, and he kind of looks highlighted. This negative belongs to this term. It belongs to this term. And it belongs to this term. Okay, so I'm going to have a 3x cubed y minus a 5x squared y squared plus 2x y cubed minus 3x cubed y minus 5xy cubed plus 7x squared y squared. Now I can go out hunting for like terms. So I've got this guy here, 3x cubed y, and I've got a negative 3x cubed y. Looks like they're going to cancel out. I'm not going to write 0. I'm just going to cancel them out. Boom, boom. The only reason I'd write 0 is if there would be nothing left. Okay, so I have a negative 5x squared y squared, and I have a positive 7x squared y squared. Well, if I think about that, I've got 5 negatives and 7 positives. I must have 2 positives left. 2x squared, oops, y squared. I almost wrote x squared, x squared. There we go. So, and then I have a 2xy cubed minus a 5xy cubed. And we shall have 2 minus 5. Well, 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 minus 5 must be negative 3 because I'm using the inverse operations for all of them. So minus 3xy cubed. And there is your answer. Now, if I have a longer problem like this one, okay, looks like I got a couple negatives going on. I got this negative here who belongs to this quantity, and I've got this negative here which belongs to this quantity. You know, somebody might be wondering, should I be distributing that negative here to this quantity? No, that's a positive, sorry. Let me get rid of that. I thought I had switched colors, but so there we go. So this is a positive quantity. I don't want to distribute. Multiply through by 1 won't change anything. So I'm not going to distribute on that one. All right. So if I distribute the negative here and here, and of course in the second quantity I'm going to distribute here and here. Remember, when I distribute a negative, I'm multiplying through by -1. Multiplying everything in the quantity by -1. So my first term is going to be 9. My first quantity is 9x minus 1. Then minus 5x plus 9 plus 3x. Oops, I made a mistake there, didn't I? Yep, I forgot to distribute. I'm going to multiply 5x times -1, get negative 5x. But then I have to multiply 9 times -1. There we go, -9. Yeah, good thing I caught that. Then I've got a 3x plus a 7. And then a negative of a negative is a positive, right? Okay, -1 times -4 is positive 4x. And then a -1 times a positive 3 is -3. So I have 9x's and a minus 5x. I have 3x. It's positive. Get that sign. And a 4x. So I'm going to put all those x's together. Now I've got a -1 and a -9, +7, and a -3. Now when I go to do this, I'm not necessarily going to do it in order. I'm going to look and see how many positives I have. So in the yellow, it looks like I have 16 positives. This one, and this one. I have 16 positive x's. And I'm taking away 5 x's, which will end up being 11 x's. Now in the blue, it looks like I have 19 negatives and 7 positives. Well, that 7 of the negatives will cancel with 7 of the positives, leaving me 12 negatives. The simplified answer is 11x minus 12. This stuff should be simple, even if it's the first time you're ever seeing it. As smart as you folks are, this should not be difficult. All right, that's it for tonight's lesson. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Have a good night, everybody.